right, welcome back. And we are done with another week. We have had 2 full weeks and 1 little stubby thing. And man, it was quite the week. We'll get to the games. Don't try. We're going to get there because there was so much close stuff going on. But first, we got to get to some of the news and notes. Got my Redbird shirt on. And where do we start? Oh, we have to start with the Arizona Diablos Blancos Deep Balls Briskets game, because there was a little bit of a bet put in place, if you don't remember this, at the beginning of the week. Both of them talking trash, unlimited amounts of trash. I should have taken a screenshot. I didn't. But anyway, ADB prevailed. We'll see the highlights later, but right now is payoff time. It was a bad bet to start with, and yeah, if you don't want to watch this, just jump ahead 20 seconds because this is pretty nasty. Dustin lost the bet, and yeah, here you go. Sorry. I'm really, really sorry.
Oh, yo! My God! What the fuck? Oh my God! Yo, what the fuck is going on?
All right, what else we got going on? So we have another piece here where, sometimes it is true. Bat Flippin' Boys does complain about the rules. I don't know if it's complaining necessarily. Maybe he's critiquing. I don't know. Anyway, you have Jared at the end. Commish Jared. Our commish puts this out there, right? Because it followed that I did say that I liked the saves holds, the depth of relief pitchers now. But before that, I made this comment. And the commissioner doesn't like that kind of criticism.
If I find I am in a situation where an idiot is complaining to me, you can either kill them or you can pretend to listening to them.
Well, I just feel that sometimes I feel that people aren't listening to me when I speak.
Yes, tell me more.
And they just tell me yes, and they don't really listen to what I'm saying.
Really speak from the heart.
When I speak from the heart, I feel like no one's really...
And now that bit is...
But also didn't stop there. I made another comment, just a comment. Here you go. And that's all I have to say.
We do a little trolling. It's called We Do a Little Trolling.
And then the other piece I want to bring up is Balls Deep Briskets really getting into JP's business, Team J to the P. You know, earlier was Happy Birthday, JP. You got this, right? Look at that. Set that lineup, birthday boy. And then manage that team, JP. And then put them on auto lock. You know, Balls Deep Brisket, first of all, you can use team names. You don't have to use people's actual names. Use their team name. But anyway... Balls deep. Who's managing Team J to the P?
All right, so what we're working on here is basically we're trying to keep Tyler's head still, but we want his hips to turn through impact, right? We want his head down like this and hips to turn. So I'm gonna be holding his head, and hopefully Frank's gonna turn those hips for him and really get him opened up while we keep those shoulders closed off a little bit. Ready? Go. Right down the middle, baby.
All right. The other piece of news we have, and this is nice to have this back, right? I really, okay, cool. So we do have an intern of business development, and they were able to procure a new sponsor. And this is a biggie. So I'm really excited about this. And we got a new segment, and we're going to add this. We're not going to worry about our 15 minutes because this segment needs to be in every single week. And I don't know why I hadn't thought of this before, but this is a baseball podcast, and we show so few highlights on this show. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a segment where we actually are going to see highlights anytime a team gets a grand slam or gets a complete game shutout. And we'll show the highlight if YouTube lets us without copyright restrictions. So anyway, this week we had 4 grand slams. We're going to show you highlights for each of them. And I'm also going to rate or rank the announcer call for the grand slams. And then also we have one, the pitching, the shutout complete game to show as well. So let's get to the first thing here. Arozarena. Arozarena hits a grand slam for Matt's Marauders. Let's see it.
1-1. Hammered high. A rising blast. Left field. Dubon watching.
you were saying they needed to get something in this situation, and Randy Arozarena makes it happen with a moonshot out there to left field. And just like that, the Mariners are back in this game.
Okay, good call. Got nothing wrong with it. Kind of exciting. I liked it a lot. Next, let's go to De La Cruz. And this would be Breaking Brad.
Runners go. High fly, left field. Tommy Pham fading back. That's gone! Grand slam! On the night of his switch-hitting bobblehead, he shows he's got the power right side.
Another good call. Got no complaints about that one. That one might be up there as well. I do want to point out that for Breaking Brad, that day, De La Cruz got him 23 points. But Arozarena on his day with his Grand Slam for Mats Marauders got 33 points. So now let's go to the next one, and that is Yainer Diaz and Bat Flippin' Boys.
Yainer connects deep to left field. He's got a chance to slam it. He does! Yainer hits a grand slam, and the Astros lead this game 7-2.
I was thirsty for runs. Say, barkeep, I need a Yainer bomb.
First career grand slam for Yainer Diaz. How good does that feel after a struggle for 12 games?
We feel the relief up here. The fans are on their feet feeling the relief in the stands because of the big moment, but I can only imagine how much fun they're having in that dugout right now after that Yainer bomb.
All right, that right there, holy cow, what a great call. I like that one a lot. 32 points, I think, is what Diaz got breaking, Bat Flippin' Boys that day. And our last home run Grand Slam call is for Caballero for Red Wine Redbirds.
Swings and sends a fly ball into right, back toward the corner. That ball's got carry, and it's gone! Home run, a slam for Jose Caballero. An opposite field shot, and that ball just would not come down. A grand slam for Caballero. Well, you talk about a ball carrying, that did.
Let's see what happened there. All right, 22 points for Red Wine on that one. So not as high as some of the others, but we had 2 in the 20s, 2 in the 30s. My favorite on that call is clearly Yainer Diaz, and not just because he's on Bat Flippin' Boys team, but just because the announcer was so into it and just some of the wordage and, was looking for runs. Just cool. After that, I think De La Cruz was my next favorite, but very close with Arozarena's call. And then way down there is Caballero's call. Just didn't do it for me. The announcer didn't even know it was going to be a home run. It was just sort of like, it's hit to right field and blah, blah, blah. But, what are you going to do? Now, let's get to the complete game shutout.
On the ground, Machado to second for one, on to first. Complete game shutout for Michael King. Just the second in Major League Baseball this season. And the Padres have shut out the Rockies in the entire series. A 6-0 victory as King goes the distance.
All right, absolutely amazing. Not really sure how to show a highlight for a complete game shutout, but you get the ending there of a double play, and I'm looking at this, and hit pitches get bitches. From that outing, 75 points. 75 points. And yeah, a complete game shutout is absolutely should be worth more than a Grand Slam. Should it be worth more than double a Grand Slam? I don't know. I'm not going to say anything, because I'm going to get another, nasty text from the commissioner. So it's all good, and those are our highlights for the week. All right, it is game recap time, and we had some games this week. Wow. Anyway, we're going to do it with theme this week. Yeah, golf, because this past week was the Masters. Always one of my favorite tournaments to watch. I don't watch a lot of golf, but I always watch the Masters. Don't know why. So we're staying with the golf theme. Got to stay with something, man. It's a long season. Lots of these podcasts to do. Lots of game recaps. Got to do something every once in a while. So we're going into the world of golf. Anyway, where do we start? We start with Bat Flippin' Boys topping Who's Your Daddy. And yeah, it was not so close, but Who's Your Daddy definitely brings a better game than they had in the past. Bat Flippin' Boys takes an early... Who's Your Daddy takes an early lead. But Bat Flippin' Boys comes back and wins Monday, wins Tuesday, wins Wednesday, wins Sunday. What? Bat Flippin' Boys didn't win Thursday, Friday, and Saturday? No! Who's Your Daddy wins those days. But at the end of the day, Bat Flippin' Boys takes hitting. Bat Flippin' Boys also takes pitching and Sunday and wins the game. Our interns caught up with Who's Your Daddy after the game to just ask kind of like, what's been going on with your game?
Man, if I could drive it a little bit better, I could compete. Been struggling for like a year.
How do you go about fixing it? Are you a guy with the TrackMan or the
Man, I go hit 8,000 drivers after this round and stripe every one of them and then push cut it in the right bunker on one and get pissed off for the rest of the day. That's pretty much how it goes.
All right, our next game was Hit Pitches, Get Bitches, topping Grip It and Rip It. But the score doesn't tell you anything about this game. This thing was neck and neck, back and forth, boom, boom. I mean, these two play epic games every time. They just played like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. So you can go back and watch the replays of that. But Grip It and Rip It always brings it. But you know what? Hit Pitches, Get Bitches seems to always win this matchup. And it's never just like my team was better. There's always something. Last year there was some controversy. We're not sure who did it, but there was some stat changes, and Grip It and Rip It had a victory stolen out of them. And anyway, this week it was different, but it was back and forth. It was so close. Eventually Hit Pitches, Get Pitches just got tired of the match, and on Sunday just took the game over and won.
Newly, the fashion designer. This would be a wrestling plant, I believe. But about to get wet.
But what happened? What the difference here is only 40 points. And Hit Pitches, Get Bitches had a Michael King. Nope. And that's pretty much the story, but there was one disappointing thing that happened. Justin Steele, out for the season, maybe some of 2026. I'm sorry, yeah, out for this season and part of next. So anyway, here we got some film here. It was early in the week, and you know, Hit Pitches, Get Bitches needs to do a better job of keeping her players safe, but
Oh my God! Ow! Oh.
Yep, so Justin Steele injured right there early on, and just terrible. Moving on. And what is our next game? It is none other than Balls Deep Briskets and Arizona Diablos Blancos. We had a little bit of stuff at the top of the podcast, little bets made, little trash talking. Dustin paid off their bets. That's all cool. But how did the game actually play out? It was phenomenal. Dustin fell off pretty hard early in the week.
Oh, yeah.
God damn!
But knew they had a lot of pitching going on Sunday. They felt good. Trash talk midweek. ADB looked to the naive and ignorant eye that they had the game locked up. But those in the know saw that Balls Deep Brisket had just a crap ton of pitching coming in on the weekend, mostly Sunday, and that they were looked really good to win this game. Anyway, it plays out a little bit like this. Shh. Golf claps.
Young South African Louis Oosthuizen trying to use those slopes. And this one could be very nice. could be very nice. Oh, come to Papa. Yes!
Yeah, that's right. Sunday points. Now, this week was full of Sunday point game changers, right? But this game, holy cow, it looked like ADB had very little going. And in past years, we probably would have dismissed all the relief pitching talk and all that. But Boyle comes out, no hitting the Atlanta Braves, has an excellent outing, way above their station, gets 36 points, probably at least double what was expected. But the real story here was ADB's relief pitching. 81 points from relief pitching. Remember, the score of this game was awfully close. Going back to my notes here, 60 points. 81 points from the relief pitchers. Dang, man. You know the number of dominoes that needs to fall so that those relief pitchers are pitching on that day, that they're rested, that they're not, being held over for Monday, that their teams are actually in a hold or save situation. Dustin, man. That's just bad luck. Well, it was hard on Dustin, as it was last week. It's always hard for Dustin to take a loss. I know Dustin was very happy. They did get a bonus win, so congratulations with that. But, Dustin took the loss pretty hard.
Another one. Oh, the pitching wedge. The fucking pitching wedge. Bam! That one.
The worst part is Balls Deep Brisket falls to 4-2. Other teams that are 4-2, Bat Flippin' Boys, #Lawless, and ADB. So there you go. That's your 4-2 crowd. That's a pretty strong crowd. I gotta say, I believe that our 4-2 crowd is the best 4 teams in the league. That's just what I believe. Just what I believe. I've been known to be wrong. All right, before moving on, I just have to point out that Arizona Diablos Blancos won in spite of getting Marcus Stroman. Yeah, I think Marcus Stroman might be out there on the waiver wire if anybody's interested. Anyway, we move on. Now, this is time to talk about the team that everybody was a fan of this past week. Everybody was cheering, not necessarily for a red wine loss, but they really wanted to see a Pagnosi Popper win. They were the talk of the town.
See if you can guess what I am now. I'm a Zit. Get it?
They entered this game against one of the better teams in the league, Red Wine Redbirds, undefeated. I think they're unanimous, bonus win. They came in, they had a little bit of swagger because they beat Arizona Diablos Blancos in that first week, but they entered this game against Red Wine Redbirds with no fear. And the game was back and forth all week. I mean, literally it came down to the Sunday night game. Glasnow brought it, and that's all she wrote. He didn't even need the win, but 10 points. I think Pagnosi's Poppers might be a force to be reckoned with. We'll have to see. We'll have to watch it very closely, but a little bit of game film for you here. And I just want to point out at the end of this little clip, Pagnosi's Poppers, all class. Just all class. All right, our next game was ALD3 Sour Grapes against Jameson Jesus. 2 defeated teams coming in with no wins. What happens? What happens in this game? I'll give you a secret. It's not even close. ALD3 Sour Grapes scores 515 points. They top 500 points to win 515 to 404. Yeah, and the game kind of played out like this.
Okay.
After the game during the press conference, Sour Grapes was riding it high, excited about their prospects going forward.
Oh my God, we can do anything!
And that's great because this coming week, week 4, they're facing up against Hit Pitches, Get Bitches.
Oh, okay, goddamn.
Okay, moving on, we got Matt's Marauders topping Juneau Eskimos.
Out in the front edge, hopefully on an upslope. Maybe try to miss it left because the flag is right.
Right leg nearly came up off the ground there. Went after that. Oh!
And sure, Matt's Marauders gets the win, but it is ugly. 470 points. That's it. Scored 470. Matt's Marauders came into this week 3 weeks riding high, riding fast. And then, boom, crash and burn. I don't know what happened. I didn't take time to go look at the data. But, yeah, came in riding high and just, didn't even put up 500 points. How are you going to compete against the big boys, Mr. Marauder? How are you going to do that when you can't put up 500 points? You got to get things back on track. Everybody's pulling for you after the auto draft season, but whew, that was ugly. And with that ugliness, you win most disappointing team of the week.
Hey, I'm Batman, you know? Right?
No, we're done with that, bro.
We're still cool, man. We're still cool.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Hey, come on. Let's...
And I know I'm supposed to do some analysis and compare you to other weeks and all that, but I'm lazy and I just decided not to this week. Trying to think here what's going on with Matt's Marauders. Still, though, you know, you're sitting at number 1. You're tied with the Machine, 5-1. Also, your total points scored, not the highest, but way up there. So, yeah, it's a mystery. Mystery. We got to see what's going on in week 4 with you because it's interesting. 536 to 501. Breaking Brad, auto team, auto draft, auto lineup, auto roster, auto this. Raleigh Fingers your sister. I mean, it was close, 35 points, right? But you lost to a team on auto draft. And an autonomous team. And they're like in beta mode. I mean, ESPN hasn't even like rolled out the full functionality autonomous like AI where they'll just dominate us and we'll always lose to the machines. No, this is like beta autonomous. And you still lost. And you had such a great season.
152 yards should be just a nice, comfortable 9-iron for him. They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
Well, at least Breaking Brad is happy. The Machine. So anyway, Raleigh Fingers your sister. Your team started off strong, but this was a weak showing, and I'm not so sure you're looking so good right now.
It's good, bro. You don't know me. What is good? You don't know me. You don't know.
I mean, I'm going to be pulling for you. Next week, you got Juneau Eskimos. So let's see what you can bring there, because I'm not going to say that should be a win, but it's winnable. Anyway, let's move on. All right, so next up is 615 to 411. The Rolla Boy matchup. I mean, literally for the bragging rights of Rolla, Missouri. And Team J to the P, you didn't bring it. It's your birthday week. I was hoping for some good luck for you. Sorry about this.
Road safety is very important. So when it's not your turn to hit, please stay behind.
Oh, shit, man.
Yeah, Yeah, but hashtag, it was a nice game.
152 yards should be just a nice, comfortable 9-iron for him. They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
And hashtag, you're just making this look easy.
Put your head on my
And when I say you making this look easy, I'm talking about winning. I'm talking about scoring points. I'm talking about lineup construction. I'm talking about rostering. And you are putting together a masterclass. All right, it's Club 600 time, and what happened this week, folks? We only have 2 Club 600 members, and one of them barely got in and didn't even get in till probably like 9:45 p.m. on Sunday night. Just squeaked in. And anyway, I'm not going to dwell on Club 600 too much this week. These are 2 people that have been there before, and let's just see what's going on with Club 600.
Nervous to find out how high it's gotten for her, and that she could be getting close to 800 pounds. I really don't want to do this. How much does that scale go up to? Pretty high. Because I think out of all of us, I'm the most likely to be so big that the doctor can't help me.
$803. All right, that's it for all of that. We now have our final bit. It is power rankings time, and there is no rug pull. We are doing proper power rankings. We have 3 weeks of data now. Let's check it out. Let's see what's going on. But first, I got to tell you, before we get into the rankings, every team scored over 400 points this week. So it is not fair for me to pull out the basement gang, right? There is nobody being called out as our bottom 3. When every team scores above 400, minimum requirements, guys, that's like, yeah. Anyway, but when everybody scores 400, at least this early in the season, I'm not dissing anybody in the basement gang. That's not necessary. We'll get to that later in the season, but right now, everybody brought it pretty much. And I think there's a lot of teams that have been sort of down, but now we've got them going strong with putting up some points. We did see Jameson Jesus and Who's Your Daddy. Just like last week, they kind of got together, commiserating. Yeah, they haven't won a game yet. They're like 0-6 or something like that, but they got together and they seem to be like bonding over their losses.
So what do you want to do now?
Want to get drunk?
Yeah.
All right, so I keep rambling and babbling and all that stuff, and really all y'all want to see is the power ranking. So let's get straight to it. Okay, let's just get this started. No basement gang coming in at number 5. Little bit of a change here. Actually, big changes in our top 5. But coming in at number 5, hit pitches, get bitches. Now, yes, they were Club 600. They showed dominant point getting, but the loss of Justin Steele does affect the power rankings. Remember, these power rankings are a rest of season power rankings. They're not looking backwards. You can look at the standings and see how you've done. These rankings are looking forward, and the Justin Steele loss, we have to get a little bit more data to see how that affects hit pitches, get bitches, and how they try to recover from that. But right now, they slide down to the number 5 spot. Number 4, also sliding down 2 spots. Bat Flippin' Boys. Bat Flippin' Boys, I mean, they got their bonus win, but their points weren't dominant. It was an okay outing for having been a number 2 ranked team, but they can't hold number 2. They're down at number 4 at this point. They're going to get better. But coming in at number 3, we have a new entrant, right? Now Red Wine Redbirds is like, yeah, it's me. It is Red Wine Redbirds coming in at number 3, well-deserved, undefeated, putting up points, beating up all sorts of folks. Let's see. Let's go through the schedule here and see who Red Wine Redbirds has beaten. ALD3 Sour Grapes. They've got 1 win. Jameson Jesus. I think they have 0 wins. Pagnosi's Poppers. They won by 10 points over the new kid on the block. Red Wine Redbirds, this might have been a gift. It might. I'm not saying it was a gift. I don't know what went through the interns' minds, but let's just say strength of schedule would not put you in a high seeding if we were following March Madness bracket math. Anyway, moving on. Number 2. Oh, we're getting down to number 1 and number 2. I'm not going to just tell you who number 2 is, because once I tell you who number 2 is, maybe you'll know who number 1 is. So I'm just going to go straight out and I'm going to tell you who number 1 is, and I'll come back and I'll fill in number 2. Number 1, with another dominant week, just absolutely phenomenal season. We've got hashtag Lawless Bearded Dragons in our top spot. And that means ADB has slid down to number 2. They had a fine week. Nothing wrong with number 2. Hashtag is just bringing it like a boss. So that's it. Number 1, hashtag. Number 2, ADB. Number 3, Red Wine Redbirds. Number 4, Bat Flippin' Boys. And number 5, Hit Bitches, Get Pitches. Lots of other teams in there putting things up and down. We're going to have to see how everything plays out. But bam, what a great week it was. Anyway, that's it for the episode. We got a sponsor, right? Oh, let's go to our sponsor.
I got it in the can for the first time last night. I loved it.
I never thought I'd enjoy getting it in the can as much as I do. I was wrong.
I gave it to my boss in the can. Right after this game, I'm getting it in the can.
I've only had it in the can once, but I'm definitely getting it in the can again.
I've been giving it to everyone in the can all week.
I'm gonna get it in the can in about 5 minutes.
I've lost track how many times I've had it in the can.
Who told you I like it in the can?
I didn't expect to get it in the can at the company party, but one thing led to another, and sure enough, there I was, getting it in the can.
All right, so that's it. Just want to say congratulations to everybody who won. Congratulations to Pagnosi's Poppers. You did a heck of a job this week. ALDE, that's getting used to that. Got your first win. Lots of goodness going on in week 3. Let's hope everything continues to week 4. Balls Deep Brisket took it to ADB until that last little outing. Hit Pitches, Get Bitches. I'm sorry for Justin Steele loss. Everybody played well. Everybody scored 400. Congratulations. I wish everybody well this week. I even wish Matt's Marauders good luck this week. And yeah, games are starting. Let's see what's going on. Cheers, everybody.
This is Crane. I'm looking at you. You wore green so you could hide. I don't blame you. You're a tramp. Oh, that was a good one. Oh, that was right where you wanted it. Oh, Mrs. Crane, you're a little monkey woman, you know that? You're a little monkey woman. You're lean, and you're mean, and you're not too far between either.
At least I'm consistent. Make nothing.
I don't know, because I don't drink water. I hate water.
JD, what's the best way to nurse a hangover there?
Drink the same shit you drank the night before.
Billy Ray, in a moment like that.
This is the best on the planet, I promise.
Daddy Trump, please pardon Joe Exotic. And for all you mullet guys out there, I had the best in the 90s. You're never going to beat it.
I used to drink anywhere from 12 to 20 Diet Cokes a day.
Tell Steve to get that sprinkler head out of here!
Don't smoke, don't drink. Goddamn, please don't marry anybody.
I went to McDonald's 3-4 times a day.
You didn't know I weighed 350 pounds at one time, did you?
Are you serious?
You're just jealous because I beat anorexia.
2 Big Macs, 2 or 3 cheeseburgers.
I
I just feel healthy now. I mean, I may not look healthy, but don't underestimate the fat man.
Not too many people was out drinking, have they?